Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Ex Libris, your favorite video podcast. Okay, maybe not your favorite, but whatever. Well, October has really flown by and it's almost November, and what November brings every year, it's the National Novel Writing Month. This non-competition where writers from all over the globe try to complete a novel of 50,000 words in 1 month, from the 1st November to 30 November each year. And of course, it's also on this year. There are a lot of participants already from almost every country in the world, and there are many local communities that you can go to and participate and help you with this task, which is a difficult task. So because you have to have everything written up and ready by the end of November. You have 30 days for 50,000 words. Okay, do the maths and you can really see why it is difficult. There are no prizes in this event, let's say. The only prize is the sense of accomplishment that the authors get out of it. And if you like to write and you would really try to try your hand at writing something longer, I think it's a perfect opportunity to do it. The main thing about NaNoWriMo is that there is an active community of writers that actually support each other through this month and help everyone out so that everyone completes his or her goals. Ex Libris has always keen interest in NaNoWriMo, and we have done some interviews with people that participate or have participated in it. So this year we have another discussion, an interview if you like, for you with an author, a writer that resides in Australia, and this is Joanna Robson, also known as the Roaming Bard, and that's her blog title, who will be participating in this year's NaNoWriMo. And she was kind enough to share her thoughts on NaNoWriMo with us. So let's go and hear what she has to say. Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of Ex Libris. Today we're doing an interview, and we're doing this interview because of NaNoWriMo. Together with us it's Joanna Robson, who is participating in this year's NaNoWriMo, and she's been kind enough to tell us some things about it. Joanna, hello and welcome to Ex Libris.
How are you? I'm well.
Thank you, I'm fine. Would you like to introduce yourself to our audience?
Sure. I'm Australian and I'm a writer. I have a website and people can find that at joannarobson.net. And I'm passionate about stories and role-playing games, and especially Numenera. That is like my favorite game ever. I have a cat.
Oh.
I am single. I have a cat. I'm a cat mom. I'm single. I don't have any kids. Yeah, and I live in beautiful Australia.
Which city in Australia?
I'm in a town called Lismore, and it's about 2 hours south of Brisbane, and it's
Oh,
just slightly inland from Byron Bay.
okay, I see. So that's pretty interesting stuff about you. I suppose you've got plenty of time for writing, huh?
Yes, I do spend a lot of time writing. or with my head in a book.
Oh, that's nice. And forgot to mention to our audience that that's how we actually met through role-playing games. And I'm I'm also a gamer. Well, I try to.
Yeah. It's that community has been fantastic because it's working for me. Playing role playing games, it has really ignited my creativity again and helped me to start and work on developing story ideas. So being able to connect with other gamers around the world that are passionate about similar games to me is really really helpful for my creativity.
Oh, that's nice. So, let's go to NaNoWriMo. And NaNoWriMo stands, of course, for National November Writing Month. Is this your first NaNoWriMo?
No, I participated in, I think, 2012,
Mm-hmm.
and um, I got my 50,000 words, so I
Nice.
won. Um, it was absolute rubbish what I wrote. It's my first time doing it. Um, but it did prove to me that I could do it, and that I could actually write that many words to to a story. So I've tried to participate a couple of times since, but it hasn't either been the right time or I haven't had the right story idea or there's
Mhm.
been too much stuff going on in my personal life. So this time I think I've got a couple of really good ideas. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, that's right. So, would you care to share with our audience what's really NaNoWriMo about? What makes you want to participate?
For me, it's two things. One is discipline. So it makes me sit down every single day to hit that word count so that I can win.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I struggle to have a proper writing routine, and so having that structure is really good for me. The other thing is writing is a really lonely occupation,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so nice to know that I'm not the only one sitting down and writing a first draft at this time, and I can go onto their website and go onto the forums and connect with other people that are doing the same thing that I'm doing. And so there's such a good community that's grown up around NaNoWriMo, and
Mm-hmm.
it makes it not quite so lonely.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And what is your genre? I mean, what kind of novel will you be going for?
Um, I've been tossing up actually, and that's the thing that I've been working through today.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I've had an idea for a novel set in one of the role playing game worlds that I play in, but
Oh.
I'm kind of not ready to write that one yet. Um, so I'm going to work on an urban fantasy that I intend to write as serial fiction that I can put up on my blog as an
Mm-hmm.
episode at a time. So so I mean here in Australia we have like serial TV shows like Neighbours,
Yeah.
um, and there's a famous British one called EastEnders. So it's kind
Oh
of
yeah.
like that it will be like overlapping story arcs, um, but you won't get the whole arc in one episode. So I want something to put on my blog. So I'm going to hopefully bash out 50,000 words towards that. Um, and then I can spend December editing that and getting it ready to start and put up in January. And then I'll work on the other one later when I feel a little bit more confident.
That's nice. That's nice. So, it's I guess it's about the community you've mentioned. It's like support and feeling belonging to a team somehow.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's
Absolutely.
nice. So you've already got a plan about what you're going to do with your draft. So you're going to see it published in a way in your site, in your blog.
Yeah, it will be published on my blog. If it turns into something else later on, so like a series of books or something like that, then I'm open to that as well. But at this point, um, I don't want to put so much pressure on myself that, oh, it must be perfect. And so I
Mhm.
don't want that pressure. So I want to do my best work, but I don't want to put too much pressure on myself that I end up breaking the idea, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, so being able to just publish it on my blog, it means that other people can find it and read it. And then if they like it, then they can, subscribe or whatever. And
Hmm.
for me
Yeah.
it's a way of getting fiction out there.
Yeah. And getting some feedback, I guess, from fans and readers and friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, let me ask you, any people you actually know, any friends joining in NaNoWriMo?
I have a few Facebook friends that will be participating. Some of them already have published novels, so yeah, they'll be participating. I don't actually know anyone in person who
Yeah.
is participating, so yeah.
Okay, they have this. I know from other people that are participating in NaNoWriMo that in some big cities at least, they tend to make meetups and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Yeah, and
there's nothing like that here.
yeah, oh, that's yeah, I can imagine. Yeah,
If I was living in Sydney or Brisbane, there'd be something.
okay,
But where I live, it's such a it's a fairly small town. Even though there's a university here and they have a writing course up there, and that they still there's I don't know of anybody here in town who is like actively promoting NaNoWriMo or
uh,
participating or anything like that. So
yeah. So
mm.
it's a good thing we've got internet.
Oh, I tell you, the internet has saved my life, I swear, quite a few
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Just for
Internet.
being able to have that connection.
Yeah, well, we can't have everything, unfortunately, but uh, yeah. So, I guess that besides writer, you are an avid reader also. Is that correct?
Oh, yes.
What's your favorite kind of books or kinds?
Um, I'm pretty open to reading most things. My favorite author is Terry Pratchett.
Oh, I guess.
Hands down, absolute favorite. As far as I'm concerned, he is God. Um, in regards to the literary world.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I love science fiction. I love fantasy. Which is why I like Numenera so much.
Yeah.
With that blend. Um, I love steampunk. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
the
I
steampunk.
love
Yeah.
I love steampunk.
Yeah.
Um, I love also murder mysteries that are set in like medieval
Oh,
England.
yeah.
So,
Like
but
Roger.
Brother
Yeah.
Brother Raphael is the
Yeah.
one that's on. But there are some others. I love those. I love the idea of solving a puzzle
Mm.
with without using forensics. Like no fingerprinting, no DNA analysis, none of that. Just like almost
Logic.
like Sherlock Holmes, but even before that. So I really love that. Um, what else? Oh my gosh. I I just love books. I love Douglas Adams as well. I love his
Oh,
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series.
yeah, a classic.
'Cause it's so funny and so weird and so unexpected and it's just that humor, taking something serious and turning it into something so hilarious, which is what Sir Terry Pratchett was really good at.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he has. I mean, Terry Pratchett single-handedly has actually defined this genre. I mean, at least that's what I think.
Absolutely, absolutely. He took some really serious um, things, like, for example, a shopping center, and turned it into this really hilarious, interesting thing. And I hate shopping centers. But the way that he wrote about it, it made it interesting and fun and gave a different perspective of it.
Yeah, that's
It's just brilliant.
that's true. So,
Mm.
what would you like to share with any other potential authors that would be interested in participating in NaNoWriMo?
Um, I think that if people want to participate, that they should just give it a go. Um, Having a story idea is a good start. Um,
Yeah,
but
obviously.
yeah, just if you've got that story idea, just even just go to the website and have a look through the website and read about other people's stories and what they're doing and have a look on. They've got really good forums on there, and there's always people there that will answer questions or help you with technical details and things like that. And it's just such a wonderful community to get involved in.
Oh, that's great to hear. And so you absolutely recommend it to any.
Oh, absolutely, it is the best way to get your first draft written, I think. Even if you only do like the 50,000 words, I mean, that's much less. Any kind of standard novel is looking at 90,000 words
Mhm.
for most genres. But if you get that 50,000 words out in November, then you've got the most of the work done.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
And being able to do it with support is just fantastic. It
Yeah,
makes a difference.
yeah, because it's not an easy thing, and let me say that to our audience, it may seem easy, but it's not easy having 50,000 words in a month. Well, I've written some short stories, so I know how difficult it is to put words on a page.
Yeah. I find it easier to put words on the page. It's just refining them to where I feel comfortable showing it to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So the editing part is the hardest for me.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean.
Mm.
Yeah. So, thank you for your interview, for this interview, for Ex Libris. I'm indebted to you. Uh, as a parting message, would you like to say something to for our, Discord community, for the guys there?
Those guys are fantastic. Um, what I would like to say specifically to them is thank you for their acceptance of everyone on that community, because um, I'm I'm female and I'm older than most of them,
Mm.
but yet I have been accepted to the point where some of the guys will say, "Oh, I missed saying hello to you earlier, so hello now," and and people they're happy to joke around and just treat me like they treat everybody else, and I really appreciate that. And it's such a great community. I'm actually taking a social media break at the moment, and but not from Discord, because I'm in there so much. Because I just enjoy spending time and chatting and, learning and answering questions and stuff like that. It's really fantastic.
Yeah, they're really great. You can feel like belonging there. Yeah, I know what you mean, and that's how we met actually.
I get up in the morning, and over breakfast I sit and I read all the messages and all the conversations that I've missed overnight.
Yeah,
So it's really fantastic. I love belonging to that community.
me too. So,
Mm.
Joanna, thank you again for this interview. Let me wish you the best of luck with your NaNoWriMo. And dear listeners, I hope that you are at least intrigued by NaNoWriMo. Go look for it, try to discover what it's all about, and who knows, you might be the next NaNoWriMo participant. So that's all for now. Bye. So, I hope you enjoyed our discussion with Joanna, and don't forget to check out the site, the National Novel Writing Month official site, and also Joanna's blog, The Roaming Bard. As always, there will be links in the description of the video and the podcast, so go follow them. And if you live in Greece, you can also check out sff.gr, an online community which runs many stuff that will be very interesting to aspiring writers. So that's all for now. Happy writing. Hope you all reach your writing goals this month, and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.